I'm going to introduce the voice of God, Chris Sabat. Let's welcome him to the stage, nice and loud. I just never see you over here.
Thought this was graduation.
Yeah, speeches later, obviously. And next, finally, last but certainly not least, I better hear a lot of noise for this guy. Let's welcome to the stage, Schemmel. Come on, nice and loud.
I like how we were shaking hands like we just see each other.
Oh yeah, we just. I'm gonna disrobe my. I'm gonna reveal my mask.
This is called the COVID people.
I am actually Bruce Wayne. No, okay, no. I wish. Wow, wow, this is crazy. Wow, there's so many people here.
I only feels like there's actually about 5 people here because I can only see to about the second row. So
I'm gonna go ahead and stick with that. I'm gonna imagine that so I'm less nervous. There you go. I'm gonna sanitize for safety. There you go. All this sanitizing. Woohoo!
You saying I have germs because you shook my hand? I'm joking.
I'm sanitizing the germs you gave me.
Oh, no.
I'm killing you can hear the Frankies dying.
I got cooties. Oh, no.
No, I'm teasing. I'm joking.
All right. Well, how does it feel to be back on the anime circuit, to work together again?
You gonna go first?
I did not recognize New York when I flew in.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt so strange because first of all, I flew into this like luxurious, beautiful, gorgeous hotel called LaGuardia.
They remodeled it, eh?
For a while, LaGuardia just looked like somebody had just like thrown it up. Like it was so bad. And it was the worst airport. And now I walk in, I'm like, where am I? It's gorgeous, like light fixtures and this cool mosaic.
I flew into JFK, so I got the shit show, you know.
Yeah.
Some people just get.
I mean,
treated
JFK's
better,
nice. It's fine. It's not. It wasn't remodeled, so I flew into. But I lived here for 10 years also, so I'm used to it.
Yeah. If you do get a chance, LaGuardia is totally different now and is the pride of New York. Who would have thought?
I'm very excited about it.
I mean, it took you long enough. I mean, I think it was like bad for like 20 years or so. Who knows?
Maybe 5.
It felt like 20. But it's so good to be out at just conventions and seeing people again.
Dude, it's been insane. And what blew my mind is like, we came back, I started doing shows again in April or May, and like everybody came on droves like today. And then I realized what everybody did during the pandemic. They binged Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Is what they did. They just went through everything, you know, because everybody acted like it was all fresh. I'm like, I haven't seen you guys in like a year. They're like, ah! And I'm like,
they didn't just binge Dragon Ball. They even had enough time to finish One Piece.
One Piece. I was just gonna ask.
And My Hero.
Just gonna ask. So, Chris,
1,000 episodes.
A big day, yes.
Yeah,
1,000 episodes.
1,000 episodes.
While I am not in, I will say this, while I am not in One Piece regularly, I think I'm one of the only actors to have worked on the 4Kids One Piece, as well as did Dr. Ingo in the One Piece movie for Funimation.
That is true.
I've done
both dubs.
I did both.
So Chris, do you know about the One Piece commitment that goes around on the internet?
I mean, are we married now or something?
No, but honestly, that's what they're saying. So in the dating world of anime, the question is, can you commit to One Piece? And if the answer is no, then you're not a viable candidate.
Swipe left.
Wow.
I don't even understand what the swipe is.
Wow, so basically no one with ADHD can be married.
No, not here, not in this world.
Wow, okay. That's a huge commitment. I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
But
well, you gotta
I don't know.
it.
Is that for real? Like, that seems like pretty intense. Like, I think
marriage is intense, though.
Yeah, I guess so. And
Tell me about it.
And it is cyclical, I suppose. And sometimes you spend a long time doing the same thing over and over again.
So ultimately, One Piece is the ultimate marriage counseling, pre-marriage counseling.
There you go. You heard it here first, because this is the first time I've heard about it.
I think Frankie's making that up.
Yeah.
She just
am I making it up, you guys?
Yeah. Do you know, heard about the Dragon Ball commitment? All you have to do is just watch 7 episodes and you'll want to watch the rest of them. So that's it.
That's it. Once you've seen 7?
They just show you up at your house and they just, tell you you're going to watch them or else. They send you Vegeta.
If your wife likes Vegeta, she's a keeper.
She's a keeper? Yeah. All right.
No comment. No.
So, big question here. Fashion, or what we love to call drip in New York, is like our foundation. of all the characters you guys played, who do you think is the drippiest? Who do you think is the most
on Dragon Ball or
fashionable?
any show we played?
Any show. What character design did you see and you're like, this is hot?
I don't know. When I played Rio and Shaman King, he's got the zoot suit kind of, and he's got the pompadour. He's got some good drip, I think. Chris doesn't.
Oh man,
who has the best drip?
I'm trying to do an archive all these guys.
Small flex.
Zoro has some sweet outfits. Like Vegeta only changed his clothes once in the whole series. Like,
He has the Batman shirt though. That's pretty drippy.
That's Yamcha's though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, is it?
Chris has a theory
Girl,
about that.
and your clothes?
See, I have a theory. I've had a theory that the Batman shirt and the yellow pants, those were Yamcha's clothes that he left at Bulma's house.
I actually have a theory that Yamcha lost Bulma the day he tried to go into the gravity chamber after Vegeta and got stuck.
Yeah.
So
that whole time he was just laying on the ground and like he could hear Vegeta in the other room.
And he could leave. All right. So
I'm sorry, it got too deep.
it got real. I think they really felt that one. Do you
I have a print on my table that some artist had made me like a re-rendering of the dead Yamcha, like down on the ground.
Yes.
And I have a little speech bubble over top of it, and I get to write whatever I want to. So I can use it to actually make fun of people if they come up or whatever. But sometimes when they don't want anything specific, I'll put, "At least I still have Bulma, right?" And then ... right? She's mine, right? Everything's cool. Poor Yamcha.
All right, you guys. It's time for really serious questions.
Oh, serious. All right.
All right. What's your favorite fight in Dragon Ball Z?
Is that a serious question?
You heard the crowd.
Serious? Oh, I guess it's serious. Favorite fight. I mean, look, I've always been impartial to Vegeta's lost moment of redemption when he's doing the Majin business and Goku's like, "Hey, come on, let's do it right," and he's like, "Nope," knocks him out and then leaves. I'm stealing the Majin power. That fight up until that point was pretty great.
Man, yeah, the epic battle, the Majin Vegeta and Goku battle was incredible. What do you guys think about that battle in the Broly movie? Was just something.
Yeah, that was pretty. I thought you meant between Goku and Vegeta. You mean period?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, you mean period?
Like into the Dragon Ball Z world.
Oh,
what is the fight that you said? This is history that I'm watching right now.
Oh, definitely the Broly one. Yeah, definitely. I thought you meant just between Goku and Vegeta. Yeah, the Broly one when Goku is basically effectively, the Loki and Broly's the Hulk and he's got him by the ankles.
Yes.
Whapping him around,
But Goku even did a move that, actually, if anybody knows what this is, they'll be in this room so they can explain it. There was a move in that neither Sean nor I could understand. This thing where Goku was able to sort of control Broly, stop, the Jedi Force trick, right? Yeah. So when the Japanese clients came over from Japan, I asked them at the movie theater. I asked Akio Yoku, and I asked him through a translator. I was like, "So is when he holds Broly in the bubble, and I'm doing a big long explanation. It's like the Jedi Force thing. Like, is that like a new?" And I explain all this, and it's like, "No, Tashiwa, no." And is that a new power? And he goes, "Yes." And that was it. That's all I got. It's a new power. And that was all I got. I got no other explanation. So I love that part.
My favorite part about the Broly movie is that it affirmed that no matter what the circumstances, Bulma will pull up and she will be there and she will supply.
She will.
And she, all these years, she hasn't learned Kung Fu. Why hasn't Vegeta taught her?
He does.
Vegeta teach her martial arts? Does Bulma do martial arts now?
No.
I don't know.
I mean, Chi-Chi was a martial artist.
Chi-Chi was a martial artist, yes.
Yeah, and she's never out. She stays home.
Stays at home with her dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think Bulma needs to. I don't think she has any interest in it. I think that's why Vegeta likes her so much. She's not in her business. She's not in his business.
She's not. She could.
In the same business.
Yeah. She's a great networker because, how would they train with Beerus? If not.
Well, she's got the crack, which is her cooking.
Yeah.
For Beerus.
And the money helps the luxury.
Yeah, the money.
Sure.
She got the money and food is what she got, and gadgets.
Meanwhile, and I find this really funny. If you guys are watching Super again, pay attention because every time they cut to Yamcha, I'm sorry, I keep going back to Yamcha. He's really funny to me. Poor Yamcha. they cut back to his apartment.
Yeah.
You know when he's waiting to see if he's going to be in the crew or whatever?
It's the saddest scene in the entire series.
He literally has an empty apartment with a table with one chair, and it's got a single potted plant on it, and he's got cracks in the walls. He's got the whole penthouse, which is fine. Whoops, I lost my phone.
Lost your phone.
He's got the whole penthouse, which is cool, except he's got nothing in it except a cat who, another theory of mine, I believe that only Yamcha can hear Puar talk. Yeah. To everyone else, it's just a cat that Yamcha brings everywhere with them, and they're just nice to him. Like, sure, like Puar's nice. Like, I got to go help Puar. Like, okay, you do your thing. But which is different than Tien Shinhan, who I actually believe, like, no one can see Chaozu at all.
No one could see Chaozu?
Yeah, they just think Tien's crazy. They're like, Chaozu's in trouble. They're like, hey, you go do you, man. Like,
what's a Chaozu?
Yeah. Who's Chaozu again? Chaozu, Puar.
I don't know. He keeps mumbling on about Chaozu or something. I don't know. I mean, I like it when Goku's tripping that, Krillin's married to a robot and doesn't fathom procreation within that context. You know what I mean? She's a robot. Like, he doesn't get it. I love that.
That's always the joke, that Krillin had the opportunity to make any wish he wanted, and he, got his girlfriend to get an upgrade.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, who wouldn't wish for the bomb inside of their girlfriend to be gone,
I don't know. If you're getting married, maybe you could threaten that later, right? It's a great
I think Krillin and Android 17 need their own, or 18, sorry. I get the numbers confused. Need their own sitcom, for sure. Because that whole relationship is funny, Kind of like everybody loves Raymond, but it's like everybody loves Krillin, and Android 18 wears the pants in the family, but Krillin's still acting like a badass, but really she's way more powerful,
I always saw them more like King of Queens.
Oh yeah, that would work also. That would also work.
Yeah.
This has turned into a what if panel.
Right.
What if?
There's a lot of
we ran out of ideas
going on here. Are you guys also big into comics?
Into comics? In full disclosure, I own part of a comic publishing company, but I'm not necessarily into comics, but I'm getting into them. Yeah. I was into them as a kid, and then when I started reading them again as an adult, it became problematic to me because everything's in all caps, and so everything's yelled at me, like the font, and then the writers will bold words as an actor I wouldn't say, and I go, he might not say that word that way, and then I just can't read them, but I'm starting to.
Yeah. Why don't you tell people about your comic book publishing company?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
If you guys are
familiar
with
stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's really cool. I'm part of Source Point Press and Oxide Media, and we do Warcorns and Franklin and Ghost and a bunch of other board games and stuff, and we have a bunch of other exciting stuff coming out. And I'm just working above the line trying to develop different properties into different animations. And
Warcorns looks really fun.
Warcorns is insane. It's about 4 battle unicorns that go into battle, and they have guns, and they eat crayons, and they eat crayons, and the horns come out of their heads, and then they go into battle and fight forces of evil throughout the galaxy as kind of like 4 horses with guns. I'm not describing Garrett's story
Well, we've also been working together on an animated feature that's kind of got stalled because of COVID, but Franklin and Ghost is.
Oh yeah, we're working. Franklin and Ghost is another property we're doing with myself, Chris Sabat, Veronica Taylor, and Billy Bob Thornton, and we've already recorded some animation for that. And that's that Chris is playing the main bad guy, who's called General Badgewee, it's basically General Bad Guy is what his name is, but it's spelled bad guy, but it's pronounced Badgewee or something. Yeah. And I play Franklin, which is like a Fox character, and then Billy Bob Thornton plays Ghosts, and we're escaping being slaves from this overlord who he plays, and then the Warcorns are sent to go hunt and take them back, and it's a very complicated story.
I'm very excited to see what's going to come of it, because it's...
Oh, it's very exciting, yeah. And we have another property called Good Boy out. I don't know if you've seen this, but it was huge. It was at New York Comic Con, and it's basically the story of John Wick if the dog had a gun and is doing revenge. And that's been published already, and it's been selling like crazy. And even the folks, the John Wick folks, have gotten wind of it, and they're kind of curious about it and interested in it. So Garrett's on a roll here with all his stories, and I'm just happy to support him in that as a producer or whatever.
When you guys are recording in the studio, do you go home and take some of that character with you? Like, I know when I watch any of your shows, my favorite character, I'm just moving like them for the rest of the week until the next show. So do you ever find yourself acting like any of the characters?
I mean, I'm physically exhausted and angry after Vegeta sessions. I'm not kidding. Like, people know when I've recorded Vegeta, because that character just hurts.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky that Vegeta is a character who's always angry, because I'm generally frustrated when I have to voice him, because every sound that comes out of his mouth is painful to me.
Yeah.
So so when I leave, especially after screaming sessions, it was like, how you doing, Chris? I'm fine. I don't want to talk about it. Like, you've been recording Vegeta, haven't you? I'm like, yeah, I have been.
I'm just exhausted. I don't know if it's so much Goku as I'm just exhausted from the physicality of it. Like, I want to sleep. You know, it's extremely, it feels like you stick your finger in a light socket the whole time, you know? So I guess I'm a little, if I get bent out of shape at my dog or whatever, you know, I'm like, Leia! And then suddenly Goku. You know, and she knows when I'm upset. She'll walk over and like tap me and she'll go, "Are you okay, Dad?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry." And she'll apologize to me too if she messes up. She'll like one time I was having some gut pain. She stepped in my gut. I was like, "Ow!" And then she walked past me, turned around and went, "Oh, I'm sorry." She's amazing, but yeah,
sweet dog.
She's a really sweet doggy.
I love it. I totally forgot my question.
Should we take? Are we gonna take?
I blew it. You know, you started it when you were like, "Don't you blow this, Frankie."
I know. Right before she walked out, I'm like, "Don't blow it, Frankie."
He said it in his Vegeta voice too, so I could be extra.
Don't blow it.
Extra intimidated. Okay, well, since you've been here, how does it feel? Just different, like being on stage again together.
Well, you know, I guess it's weird because it also the question reminds me of, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention this, that, you know, Chris and I have been together on the show for 20 years, and we've become very, very good friends. And as everyone knows, we lost the legendary Chris Ayres the other day, which was really hard on the rest of us. And when I say the other day, I mean like 3 or 4 weeks ago. But we lost him, and you know, Chris and I were talking about my favorite tour as a family was the Resurrection F tour, because it was me, Chris Ayres, and Chris. And to me, I threw everything I had at all 3 of those movies, and Chris managed to come in and on oxygen tanks outact all of us. Like, he just came in and, "I'll destroy you, Goku," or whatever he does it, you know what I mean? I can't do that voice, but he was just unbelievable. And you were there for those sessions, right?
Oh yeah, he was just absolutely amazing Frieza. We did as much as we could when we could, and he took breaks, but he just would never quit. In fact, that guy, Chris, lived way longer than anyone with a condition would have. Because Chris ultimately passed of a condition called take everything out of your body and try and put it back in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Condition.
He went through a lot, and I realized, you know, one of the things that I learned about his last days through Crystal, et cetera, and the things he was, you know, struggling to do, and he never gave up. And I realized at that moment that he got the Dragon Ball message from Goku right. He never gave up, and then I realized Chris Ayres is my own personal Goku. And I'm like, it was really inspiring to me. Like, and then I realized, wait a second, Frieza is my own personal Goku. And the best part about that tour is Chris, he's such an infectiously positive person and such a delight to be around. And Chris and I were mildly annoyed with on every single autograph we signed in on the Resurrection F tour. He'd be like, "To so-and-so, love and laughter always, Chris." And we're like, the line, and then we thought it was funny that Frieza's wishing everyone love and laughter always. And we were cracking up that the evil villain is writing that. And now I get it. You know, I get why his attitude was that way, and it's had a profound effect on all of us. And so I just wanted to, you know, say a shout out to him. And I think the thing I realized about this is that when we lost him as a voice actor, particularly on this show, it may not be true for all shows, but there's a certain level of intertwining of your voices and a certain level of spiritual intertwining that occurs. And so it's, even if you're not recording together, your voices live in this space together, so they're kind of married. And it had such a profound effect on me when he passed, and that was when I realized that I'm just losing my speech here, so sorry, I'm a little verklempt, but I just couldn't do that show without him. You know what I mean? Like, if I had to do a scene, I mean, I would be fine with Damon Mills, but I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? It's
you feel like you lost a family member.
Yeah, and Chris and I didn't talk all the time, but when we did, it was long and deep, so it hit me a lot harder than I realized it was going to. And I'm just really grateful for all the love and laughter, honestly. I really am. So this is for Chris Ayres today, and I know he loved all of you, and
cheers.
Thank you for loving him.
So New York loves Chris Ayres, and the Frieza character, which I think is one of the best villains, just period in anime. But the New York joke is that Frieza is from Harlem, and because of the way he moves, he's very much like Dipset. So just one more honoring, just to honor Chris Ayres. can you guys tell us your favorite like villainous moment of Frieza? I can start once again for that Broly movie, which was incredible when he kills Broly's dad, and then it's like, look what they did.
Oh yeah,
It was just the dirtiest thing I've ever seen. And then he got beat up for like 30 minutes while you two figured out what you guys were doing.
That was great.
Oh, that was a choice moment. I actually loved another moment in that too, and it wasn't really villainous. It was just a perfect writing moment where you were comparing. There was this comparison between Bulma and then realizing that Bulma makes little wishes on the Dragon Balls to make herself like a little bit younger.
Oh, yes.
Well, Frieza's literally trying to make himself like a little bit taller each time, and neither of them want to go too much or everyone will notice.
I was thinking of that episode of Seinfeld where they were heightening, and they were putting heightening in their feet, and then Jerry Seinfeld's like, "Are you heightening?" And I'm like, "Frieza's heightening."
Yeah.
You know? Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful experience. I think the moments for me was just when I wasn't necessarily the biggest Frieza fan as a character, necessarily. That's just my own personal predilections, or was I a big Gogeta fan until the Broly movie, and then I'm like, it just took it to a whole new level, and he made me just really love and fall in love with the character again. So especially when he's down in hell and it's all cutesy pie and it's all the cupie and he's being tortured by all the cuteness.
Yes, his own personal hell.
It's all cute, and I loved it.
Do you know what? You know what part I remember is you remember when Frieza cut Krillin, like when he killed Krillin? How can you not remember that? Because they cut flashback to it like 800 times in the series. Anytime Goku was having like a good moment, it would flash back to him again. Oh yeah, she killed Krillin. Like,
I think the Namek saga is one of the most iconic saga, and just the dread of like everyone trying to get the Dragon Balls at once. And when that scene did happen, it was on Toonami when I watched it, and I remember just the fear, just how scary it was, because I'd never seen something so graphic, and just how it pushed Goku to the next level, and for him to achieve something that was...
It's funny, because when you mention the next level, the weird thing about that when you're doing that vocally is when you start on the show, you have no idea. And especially because like Super hadn't been made yet. I think Z was done by the time we started working on it. But I don't have any idea to what end level Goku is going to go to. So you're going higher and louder, and you're trying to go and match the animation, but then they go further, and then you go further, and then you're thinking, can I go any further, right? And Chris would be like, you did a scream in there that sounded like I would just lose control, and just like, ah! And I'm like, I don't know where else to go, you know what I mean? And so you just have to kind of pull it out and figure out what you're going to do. So that's why I was so glad when Ultra Instinct showed up. I'm like, oh yeah, he's cool. He's not having a scream anymore. He's just so cool. He barely thinks or says anything. Like, there we go. He barely does anything. He just a few noises here. Those Ultra Instinct sessions were quite easy, actually. It's almost as easy as my Snake Eyes sessions for 4Kids. When that's a funny story, because I was in G.I. Joe as Firefly, and then they cast me as Snake Eyes as a joke because Snake Eyes has no lines. And so they put me in the credits at 4Kids as Sean Schemmel, Snake Eyes. And I'm like, I don't remember playing that part. And I called the director. He's like, you didn't have any lines. So then when this new live action movie came out, I'm like, how are they going to do this movie if this guy's got no lines? Like, Snake Eyes doesn't talk. So are they going to do this whole live action movie and Snake Eyes isn't going to say anything? Sorry, I didn't go on a Snake Eyes tangent, but... sorry about that, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. That's my nickname. I asked her backstage, I go, when you go to Hollywood, are you Frankie Goes to Hollywood? She's like, yes, I am.
Of course, you have to bring...
It's an old 80s reference. Sorry, I'm very old now. In fact, I turned 53 tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you. And my mother turns 73. My mother's precisely 20 years older than me to the day.
Well,
I was born on her 20th birthday, so happy birthday to my mother, Maureen.
Now that you said that it's your birthday, we have to embarrass you.
Oh, I won't be embarrassed. I'll just soak it in. No, I'm kidding.
Has to sing a quick happy birthday, yeah?
No, I'm going to hide under the table.
Oh, yes.
Hang on. You guys do that. I'm going to go under the table.
And we'll do the Stevie Wonder, you guys. Yeah, really quick, one verse. Are you ready?
You're going to sing a Stevie Wonder? Is that what you said?
The Stevie Wonder Happy Birthday?
Oh, that version. Okay.
Yeah. So you're not bored.
Yeah, I would love to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Happy birthday to ya. Let me good claps. Yeah, day to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy.
Is this a New York thing? This is great.
This is good. One more. Happy birthday. Slow it down. There we go. There we go. Birthday. Last one.
I don't know this.
Happy birthday.
Aw.
Yeah.
You guys are great. That's wonderful. I've never had that sung to me before.
Yeah. I'm sorry I had to sing on the mic for you guys.
I know that song, obviously, but I hadn't heard it in a long time. But hearing it out of context sounds like the type of birthday song they sing to you when you go to a restaurant and they don't want to get sued for singing the normal happy birthday song.
I still have the Olive Garden Happy Birthday song memorized because I used to work for Olive Garden and they made us sing.
Anyone else work for Olive Garden?
From the pasta we make to lasagna we bake, we wishing you a happy birthday. I know it. I worked there in 1989. I still remember because I had to sing it all the time and I hated it.
I used to work at the TGI Fridays here in 42nd. And whenever a waiter would come in the back and say, it's someone's birthday, all the other servers would be like, oh, I'm not doing it. Like,
oh, yeah,
right away.
Yeah, birthday songs. Okay, next question.
Happy birthday, Schemmel.
Well, glad we got to
Thank
do
you so
that.
much, you guys. That was wonderful. I really appreciate it. It's weird being 53 because you're not like 50, you're not 40, you're not 60, you're kind of in this middling area. I feel like I need to turn into Mark Maron at some point and just start, groaning about everything, which I already do, I suppose.
So tell me, what does it feel like when you're playing a character and then you have to talk to yourself?
Oh, I mean, I do that at home all the time. Like, that's just my thing. Like, I'm constantly doing I just love doing different voices or random different voices, and sometimes I'll do it out in public. So I'm used to that. That's like one of my favorite things,
Sean does more voices after work than he does during work.
Yeah, during work. I do.
Sean, it is not uncommon to get multiple messages a day from Sean in different voices, sending voice recordings of people. Sean has these bits that he does that he just continues because Sean...
I will run a joke into the ground.
Yeah. He believes that the more you tell a bad joke, the funnier it gets. And he's right.
It does get funnier. And I will send recordings to Chris. Okay, so here's an idea. And I will send it to him in the middle of the night. I send all my friends' voice recordings because the speech to text doesn't work very good and I don't want to type all that stuff. And then people are like, I can't listen to your stupid recordings. And I'm like, but they're funny. I'm giving you free and then if he doesn't respond, I will do an arrow to it that says comedy gold right there with an arrow to the recording. It'll say comedy gold. Yeah.
The problem is, though, Sean is so verbose and has so many messages. You'll be in the middle of a session, as a voice actor, it's the last thing you can do is, listen to something in the booth. So, normally text is preferred. But Sean, I'll, look down, there'll be 20 of them, and he'll go, did you get my messages? I'm like, I can't listen to them. Tell me what you want.
But the comedy's there. You gotta have the inflection and the nuance. So that's how I roll.
Do you have a favorite running joke?
Running? Oh, God, we don't really have a favorite running joke necessarily, as much as we do just random GIFs and memes and, not a running joke, do we? I don't think we do.
Your Michael Tatum impression is really good.
Oh, yeah, I will often leave impressions of J. Michael Tatum. So I'll read, perfume ads as J. Michael Tatum to Chris,
J. Michael Tatum is Tenya in My Hero Academia.
And he has a very erudite way of speaking.
Black butler, yes.
He's very erudite and a gifted pianist. And I said pianist. He is quite gifted at that. I just do Levy J. Michael Data impressions. J. Michael Tatum. I called him J. Michael Data. He's like Star Trek now.
I love it. So we don't have much time, but I would like to
You want to take a question from the audience or two? Or?
Do you guys want? Okay, so this is how we're going to do it.
Just real quick, just a couple.
Walk up here and then tell me, and then I'll ask you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Work?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right,
how much time we got? A couple minutes?
There's no questions, actually. It's no one has a question. Oh, one person. Yep, there you go.
Well, who is this? Hello.
So many characters,
Uh-oh.
They're all rushing. I just said a couple, you guys.
Rush.
A couple. Sorry, we're only going to be adults, y'all.
Oh, okay.
You guys are sweet, though. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so first question.
All right.
You guys do so many characters, and it's been a long time that you've been voice acting. Are there times that you've forgotten some of the things that you've done?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's definitely voices I've forgotten that I've done. I mean, the Goku and King Kai I don't forget, but there's voices that people tell me, or they'll say, the other day I forgot I was in League of Legends originally. I was Rise in League of Legends originally, and I forgot when I recorded that. And someone said, yeah, you're Rise. I'm like, I don't think I am anymore. I think they replaced me or whatever. And they said, I don't even remember recording the first session. Like, I don't even remember.
Yeah, I have such a bad memory that I've forgotten most of the voices I've done. That's why when I come out to conventions, people bring stuff to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I was in that. That is awesome. Luckily, in the case, there was a show I was in called Fruits Basket, and they just did a new version of it, which I'm really excited about because now I can actually talk to people about what it was like to work on Fruits Basket. Because people go, what was it like playing Anime in Fruits Basket? I'm like, I don't know. I did it 15 years ago. It took like 3 weeks, and I don't remember. I didn't know people were going to love it 20 years from now or something like that. So, yeah, there's a lot of characters I tend to forget, like all of them.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of them. I when people ask me to do it, sometimes I have to look it up.
You guys excited for the movie that's coming out? Dragon Ball movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
And I lied. They flashed the card too early. We actually have 30 minutes.
Oh, shit.
I was like, I can't believe how quickly this moved. So the good thing is we have a lot of questions.
Oh, cool.
And we got a mic on the floor. So we'll be moderating with our trusty friend, Lauren, and we're going to start again.
Oh, there's no one.
Hello. Chris informs me we only have 15 minutes, actually.
It's 15? Which one is it?
Hello. Hello. Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of Chris Sabat. I'm also an aspiring voice actor.
Okay, so it's
and
15.
Thank you so much. I'd like to actually ask Chris a question in the Vegeta voice if I could.
Do it!
Yes. I love how you got some water for the prep.
Yeah, you know those mouth clicks or whatever.
Gotta hydrate.
So, Chris, does an actor like yourself ever experience fear?
Oh my God.
Nice! Now I have the fear that you're going to take my damn role in the show!
You'll have to get through me first.
I'll be the understudy, and then I'll handle Kakarot.
That's really good.
Yeah,
It's got a certain, I'm not going to use the word je ne sais quoi because I used that word too much last night, but it has a certain strangeness to it that makes me think it's like Vegeta if he had more money. Like, it has
More
kind of
money?
Yeah, it's like rich Vegeta. He sounds like rich Vegeta to me.
Vegeta is rich.
Well, he's the prince of all Saiyans, but richer Vegeta. I don't know.
He's married to Bulma. They're like super rich.
That's
right?
true. They're super rich now. The prince
He
marries
got a
the
good
rich girl
sugar mama.
from the tech company.
I made it impossible for people to do a Vegeta impression because Vegeta's voice changed so much from the beginning of the series. Then it's like, I don't know how to do it. It's like, because when Vegeta started, he was all royal, and then by the end, he like literally was a different looking character. Like he had like muscles between his eyebrows.
Like
Like you know, it's like stronger he got eyebrow muscles.
Can I do one more thing?
Yes.
Can Frankie be Nappa for a second?
Yeah.
Frankie do what she
You have
wants.
lines?
So, Vegeta, what is the power level? You know what I mean?
Pardon me?
What's the scouter say about his power level?
Oh, yes. I'm actually a terrible actress, but we're gonna do this. Vegeta, what does the scouter say?
It's over 9,000!
Nice. He had to say it. I didn't.
Thank
which is
you.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. I'll pass the mic to the next person.
All right, just pass this back. Also, another Harlem joke. I'm sorry, I just have to bring it up. Is Vegeta's hairline is always a joke. I loved letting you guys because it's such a part of our culture here to have a Chris line, and because he has that huge widow peak.
Oh, dude. Hey, have you guys seen the meme where like they take Vegeta's hair off and he's got like this weird shaped forehead? Like,
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, I get that.
Actually, on Black Twitter, what they've been doing with Vegeta and Piccolo and Goku is they've been giving him waves, which is a popular style, and putting a do-rag on. It's hilarious.
Who was like? There was a creator who did the funniest bits. He was a black creator that did really funny bits. It had Piccolo in it, and I cannot. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Like, and I can't repeat any of them here because they were pretty vulgar, but they were really funny to me. I cannot remember who it was. Anyway,
We love ourselves. Okay, next question.
Hi, I wanted to ask what your favorite fight was to voice act in, like, you know, to voice act.
let's see. United States of Smash in
Yeah.
My Hero Academia.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was awesome.
Are they gonna mean in Dragon Ball or any fight?
Any, ever.
Oh gosh. Well, it's mostly most of the shows I worked on fighting is Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever. No, I would have
Snake
to. Or Snake Eyes. Yeah, that was a very very difficult voice session. I took a week off work after that one to sleep because I had no lines. I would say that it would probably be the most recent fights. Well, two of which the Broly fight, but then also the Caulifla Kefla. Doing the rainbow fruit flavors jump on the Kamehameha interface.
Okay.
I love it.
By the way, I told them on that Kamehameha, and they do 3 different cuts. I remember telling Rod, I said, I'm gonna do one big one, then we're gonna cut the exact same one where each cut, so it's just like, from 3 different angles. I just wanted it to be just, it was great. It was just great.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you.
I love those scenes, they're great.
Next question.
All right, so quick question for you both. Who would you think is the real father for Gohan?
Ooh, Lauren.
Only problem, he looks a lot like Goku, so it's kind of hard to.
We all know Piccolo is his real dad.
Yeah.
Real stepdad.
The gag is that's why Chi-Chi made them both get their license at the same time.
Oh, dude, that was such a. Do you know I loved the driving school episode? So
Me too.
That I have a handful. I have a handful of cells from Dragon Ball, like animation cells, and one of them is like from the driving school sequence because I think it's just so funny. Like it's just such a.
I was just picturing Piccolo in poster ads for adoption agencies. Do you have a caring soul? Do you, take in a child?
So my question for both of you is, do you read the manga, and how do you prepare up for the upcoming roles? Because Vegeta in the manga, holy shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which is nice because a lot of time when people follow Vegeta in the manga is usually followed by, oh yeah, okay, disappointed again. Yeah, I only follow the manga vicariously through other people because I just can't read ahead. Like I have too many things I'm backlogged on trying to follow up and catch up on that I haven't even made it there yet. So once we start hearing about Dragon Ball Super coming back, which I have no clue when it will be coming back, then the pressure will be on. I got to read up on it. But luckily I go to cons every weekend and people get to tell me all the fun stuff.
Well, they will tell you in detail all day. They will. I mean, they will tell you what's going on. And sometimes I have to stop them because I don't like to be that far ahead. So I'm going to read I've read a big chunk of Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z after I did the show, but I'm going to reread all that and then rewatch Super to get ready for once I do, but I won't read ahead in the manga. I do plan to read some of the manga of Super on my YouTube channel in character, just a little bit, but I haven't figured out how and when I'm going to do that. I've been teasing it on my Twitch for a while, but I'm like, I just want to read it kind of like a story time and just kind of toy with some of the scenes in character, see how they're going to go, but just a little bit. I don't want to go too far ahead until I like to be kind of in the moment, but it's a good question. It's definitely good.
I'd love to read the My Hero manga.
Yeah.
Except I'm scared. Like, I'm so scared. I'm like, I do not want to read it and find out that All Might's dead before I have to do it. And someone came up to my table like a couple months ago, like a month and a half ago, and they're like, oh man, did you see that episode, that last chapter of the manga? I'm like, don't say anything to me. I was like, because I don't want to know. And then I sat for 2 days on it. I'm like, okay, I have to know. So I'm like, here I am, like trolling, like the entire internet trying to find out more about it. And thank goodness it was not as bad as I thought. So
Thank you, and thank you for my childhood.
Well, you're welcome, sir. And you just inspired me to say something else, though, about your question, because I realized I was thinking about your question some more, and I was thinking, I realized that fans will come to me, oh, you haven't seen Moro yet. And I think I'm trying to keep the energy of the fan space out of my space because I'm the actor playing him. So if I get all geeked out and excited, I'm afraid it's gonna negatively affect my performance if I'm in your headspace, which is the fan watching it. If I'm in a show, I tend to be a fan of it after the show. Unless I was a fan before and I got cast, which has not happened very often, but I tend to be afterwards because when I'm in work mode, it's like I'm in the show. I'm living this. I'm not a guy on the outside looking at it. So then you made me realize why I do that, because I'm afraid it's going to mess up my acting. I think but I do love the show. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have done it for this long if I didn't. But it's been 22 years now. We've been doing it since '99, I think. Yeah. So Been a long time. And thank you. And I'm so grateful. I want to say this because I'm always so astounded about this. But like, think about this. We got like, you are our extended family. Like, I don't have children. Chris has 2 kids, but you guys are like my children and Chris's adopted children, because it's rare that you get to have a property going on this long and keep fundamentally the legacy cast and have this going on for this many years, to have this group photo with all these people here, all loving this one same thing that was just thought about this guy in Japan named Akira Toriyama. And here we all are today, and it's just such a beautiful connection. It's like my favorite thing about life right now. So I just want to thank you guys for being part of this, what I call the greatest rock band in the world that doesn't do music, Dragon Ball. And I just think it's wonderful. That's all I wanted to say there.
All right. Well, we have time for one last question. I know, I'm sorry.
But come to our table and ask us directly. That's okay. You can ask us at the table.
And before we get to your question, I do a callback from our conversation earlier. I do see the pink Vegeta and a Goku. Do you mind just coming up front so we can take a look?
I remember you, Goku. I remember you. Yes, you came to my table.
This is fly. Show the back. Show the back. Yes.
Bad man. There you go.
I was about to ask if you were in the audience.
Yes.
Do you remember her?
Yes, I do.
I love you.
You're wonderful.
Yeah, so last question.
Oh, you flatter us. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Let's do this last question.
Hi. It's nice to meet you.
Thank
both.
you.
It's really an honor. I've been watching you guys for such a long time. Well, I've been watching Goku and Vegeta for such a long time, and hearing your voices is really great. Awesome. Something I have a favor for Sean Schemmel. Can you please do me the honor and say, I won't let you destroy my world to the maximum as you can. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you had enough water, everything like that.
I'm not offended. I'm actually willing to do it. And so I'm thinking about, I was actually in my head going, okay, how much air do I got to do? I'm just calculating to do it right, you know what I mean? And then I was thinking, am I going to do the yell after I will not let you destroy my world? Because it was like, I can't remember what it was. It was like, I don't know how long the yell was, but it was like, I'm trying to shift.
The world is held a lot.
That when he was fighting Ayres.
I will not let you destroy my world! I think I almost passed out.
Louder!
That was kind of it. I got lightheaded on that one. Thank you. I'm not used to having everybody look at me.
I will not let you destroy my voice!
Okay. Okay, so that's all we have. Is there anything you guys want to highlight before we leave the stage?
I'm working on a new show called Monkey Kid for Lego, where I play the Monkey King, which I'm basically just playing myself if I retired, mixed with a little bit of Norm Macdonald delivery, just a little bit. I love Norm Macdonald. Go ahead. What are you working on, Chris? Are you working on My Hero still, or what are you working on?
I think I'm involved in a Tales game called Tales of Luminaria. I play a character in that. If you guys are interested in the Tales franchise, it's an iPhone game, which is actually pretty cool. What else are we working on? I'm also in the new Borderlands game. There's a
awesome.
I play one of the player characters. I'm the gruff male character, if you want to just be me.
Isn't that just you, gruff male character?
Yeah, that's why they chose me. Yeah, and it's really exciting because it's in a Tiny Tina game. It's basically her D&D.
Oh, yeah, Tiny Tina's great.
Really excited to do that. And I can never remember what else I am allowed and not allowed to talk about, so that's about it.
Yes. Okay, and then I have one last question.
All right.
Okay, Frankie.
Are you guys down for a selfie?
Oh, yeah, selfies are great.
Yeah. You guys? Guys? Yes. Okay, so I got my phone. I think you guys have to stand up.
We'll do that while we selfie.
We're going to selfie? Are we getting close? Should we put masks on? Are we okay? We're okay? Yeah, we'll do it like this.
Let's see.
Can you get it, buddy? Oh, the lights.
Yeah, it's just going to...
Can we get the house lights on?
Oh, we're trying to get a selfie, but yeah, bring the house lights on. Yes!
Oh, yeah. Go beyond plus ultra!
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. I love you guys. Bye. Bye.
Thank you for watching this video. I am Invader Zim, and I traffic in doom. And so, if you do not subscribe to this channel, you will have doom that befalls you by me, Invader Zim.